do-it-yourself archway.
Today I'm converting this doorway into an archway. Now these little arches are very easy to do, and I'll show you how I did it on this side. Now these little arches, I want them 8 by 8. Okay, now you can use just about anything you want for your framing. You can use plywood. I'm using a piece of 1 by 8 and it's rough. So it's a true 1 by 8. So I'm going to cut an 8-inch piece. And I'm going to need 2 of these. Now all you need to do is take a piece of string and tie it to your pencil. I'm using a little clove hitch. Get it down to close to the end. Then just take and put the pencil on the end of the block. And then just hold it here on this corner. Then just trace it around. There. Now I'm going to clamp the block to the end of my workbench. Now the second arch, I don't need to use my string. Now I like to put a block in between my arches. My framing up there is 3.5 inches wide, and the 2 of these is 2 1/8. So to make that 3.5, I need to make a 1 3/8 block. 1 3/8. This on its edge. My arch on there. Make sure it's flush in here. And fairly straight across. And just trace, trace. Okay, I like to pre-drill these. And these are 2-inch grooves. Now I just line it up. Make sure it's flush here and flush on the inside. Three and a half. Okay, let's see how this fits. Line it up with the edge of your 2x4s. Yeah, it's not too bad. Now I'm going to pre-drill. And I like to put a little dab of construction adhesive just on the ends here. You don't have to use too much. Just helps hold them in place. Okay. There. I like to put a couple of gyprock nails right on the ends of those thin areas. Be careful not to break it or split them. I pre-drill. There. You hold them in place while that glue sets up, or that construction adhesive. Okay, here's a piece of scrap gyprock I had laying around here, and it's 8, which is perfect, and I needed 8 this way. Now, get that in there. Clamp this to my bench. Be careful, don't go too hard on that gyprock, you'll break it. of gyprock. It's 4.5, so I'll make it 4.25. Start making my bend at, let's see, 75 right there, and it should end around 85. Okay. I got the saw set up for 4.25 inches. Make sure you wear your dust mask when you're cutting gyprock on a table saw. Okay, now I'm going to make my bend. I want it 75 This on the back side. And I go every 1 inch so that it's more square. Okay, before I put my gyprock up there, I like to put a couple of beads of construction adhesive. Okay, now you want to pre-break these. And just easy, don't want to separate that paper from the gypsum. There. So make sure you kick this in the bottom. Now make sure that's lined up. And just hold them in there. And the good thing about using that construction adhesive is that it will hold it in place, but it allows you to shift it if you need. Now don't bother putting any screws in there. That'll be fine, because once you get the corner bead on, then you're going to be nailing that fast. So now you got to cut a small piece for here, and that's 5 3/4. Cut for my arch. That should be 75. And to 85. Your cut's 1 inch apart. Thing to do is just when you have to get finished doing it, just straighten them back up. Now they have proper plastic corner bead that can do this, so if you wish to do that, this is just the old-fashioned way. I'll put these about 2 inches apart. Make sure 2 inches. Now if you'd like, you could put a couple of nails in there, but I don't bother because I'm going to tape that. I'll be taping that, so that'll be good. And ever so slightly. Okay, now cut this to fit. Now make sure you shove this over where it's supposed to be, nice and tight. Let's put a couple nails here on the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to put some mesh tape over these joints. And put some mesh tape over that corner bead there where it's cut. And then over that corner bead. Okay, I got 1 quart of water in there. Now this is Durabond 90. That's 1 quart. And roughly 2. And another scoop. Oh, that's good. This usually goes on pretty good. Now this is your base coat, so you don't have to be too fussy. And like I said, this is your base coat, so don't be too fussy. Okay, this time I'm mixing up 1.5 quarts water. Should be able to finish this job. Oh, need some more. Oh, I need a little bit more. Okay, that's better. Okay, now my base coat's dry. I just like going over it with a knife, pick off any humps, bumps, or knife marks. Now this is CGC Drywall Compound, and I just want to give it a quick mix because sometimes the water will separate once you store it for a while. Well, it's a little softer than I like, but it's a little soft. Okay, just does that nice and easy. It takes a bit of a feel as your mud comes off your trowel. You feel as you're spreading it, and then you feather this edge, and then you want to do this in one smooth action. And notice I have my knife pointed out from the wall a little steeper than if I'm in here. So we're just going to, this is basically to wipe off the majority of the mud. And we want to clean this edge. Now when I spread this, I'm going to feather my trowel, feather my knife. And that'll give you a nice, smooth trowel. There. And the same here. See? Make my knife a little steeper so it takes off the bulk of the mud. Now I'm going to feather it. Bring that knife in and just go up and makes a nice, smooth trowel. Then just clean off your edges. Now I'm ready for my final coat. Okay, my second coat is good and dry. Now I'm going to put on the final coat, or as some of the profession call a skim coat. And the reason for that is you basically just put it on and just wipe it off. Feather that out. Clean your bead. See, that does a really nice job. Got to keep your knife at a nice steep angle and just wipe that off. There, that's all there is to it. Okay, now that everything's all nice and dry, I'm just going to give it a light sanding. This is a 120 grit sandpaper, and don't get too carried away, just a nice light sanding will do. Now these arches, you want to do them by hand, and this is also 120. There, now she's ready for a little paint. So I'll slop on a couple of quick coats of paint and I'll be all done. Well, the archway's done. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.